What's up guys, James White Dragon here, and I know I haven't done a video in a long time. Hopefully the other two videos I've done should be up soon. Today, as you can see, I'm doing an Evilswarm deck profile. I'm not doing a Dark World deck profile because, yeah, I haven't played with them in a while. I should be doing a Battling Boxer deck profile. That'll be my next deck profile that'll be coming up, so look forward to that. So yeah, Evilswarms. Right, let's get on with the deck. Stop me blah blah blahing. Okay, so first of all in the deck we have 3 Heliotope. Now why do I run 3 Heliotope? Well, it's you kind of have to really. Just because, first of all, it's unaffected by Fiendish Chain. It's got 1950, it's a 1950 beta, which is really nice. And it combos really well with, of course, Rescue Rabbit. Okay, my next cards, we have 3 Evilswarm Caster. Very useful card. You can open like this and Heliotope first hand straight away, 1 Ophion. Really useful. Okay, and then you have our amazing counter runaway thing, Evilswarm Thunderbird. For those of you who don't know, those of you who do, just skip this part. Evilswarm Thunderbird is a really useful card because if your opponent activates any effect, so say Mirror Force, Fiendish Chain, apart from of course maybe Solemn Warning, yeah, of course Solemn Warning. If it's being summoned, then Solemn Warning is something you can do, but if their Solemn Warning is activated against one of your other summons, you can bounce this and banish it from play, and then at the end of the turn it comes back. It's a really useful card. I mean, I've saved it from Mirror Force so many times. So useful. Okay, so 3 is kind of, I think, a need. And then of course we have 3 Kirkion, so useful. Summon one of these, you've got a Ophion in the graveyard with its 2 overlay units. Just, yeah, it's just amazing. Just pull out Ophion like 1 turn. As long as you have cards in your graveyard, it's amazing. You can. This deck is very graveyard controlled, so you know, very good. I only run 2 Mandrake. I know some people say run 3. I run 2 personally because I'll show you why in a minute. But I think it's a bit cloggy at 3. 2, yeah, it's good. It's good at 2. And of course, we've already seen it once. Rescue Rabbit. It's only super rare. I want a secret, but you know, yeah, it's a really useful card. With those Evilswarm Heliotopes, it's such a useful card. I mean, open this first turn Ophion, it's amazing. And of course I run Dark Armed, so if you're hoping for a non-Dark Armed build, well, sorry, this Dark Armed build, yeah, awesome. I love this card, especially if your summoning your Ophion gets negated by something like Stone and Warning. So they summon you summon your Ophion. It's like, I pay 2,000 to negate it. Oh damn! But if it's on the first turn and your opponent's got barely any cards left, you just basically, if you've got this in your hand, you're like, yeah, I'd special summon this, destroy your field, attack directly. Really useful card. It's one of my favourites in this deck. Okay, so that's our end of our monster count. Next, of course, we have our 3 Evilswarm Pandemic. I think 3 isn't necessary, really. I mean, you could go for 2, but it might be a little, you know, bit, I don't know. I mean, you could always try it with 2, I don't see, but definitely 3 or 2. Never go for 1, because that would just be stupid. For those of you who don't know, I'll explain the card. Activate this card. It's a quick play spell card, so it's really useful. Your Evilswarm monsters cannot be targeted by spells and trap cards. They cannot be. They're unaffected completely. So cards like Mirror Force stopped. Even if your say like your Ophion's been Fiendish Chains already, you can activate this card and it can attack that turn. It's really useful. I run 3 MSTs. I think that's kind of a need, really, unless of course Heavy Storm comes back, then 2 and Heavy Storm. But unless, you know, yeah, I think everyone pretty much knows what this card does. And this is why I only run 2 mandrakes, because I run 2 soul drains. Yes, I run the soul drain. I am such a noob, right? This is so amazing. It's literally made this deck so great, because although you can't attack, you do some great combos, especially if you've been exitoned the previous turn and your opponent only has like 600 life points left anyway. Just pay 2,000 your life points, 2 monsters, go straight for cowboy, detach, game. Really useful card. I mean, you don't even, especially, you know, on the first turn when you can't attack anyway. So you may activate, I don't know, you somehow got, let me think, you got Ophi on the field, you detach a unit. So you've got, say, we have on one of the units for Ophion is Thunderbird. You pay 1,000, special summon Thunderbird, and you have 2 monsters. Or if your Ophion's been negated, the summoning, you can summon the 2 overlay units back. Or if you wanted to, Ophion, but you know, it's a bit of a waste. So yeah, I run 2 because I think that works well. It works well for me. Might not work well for you, so you know, test around a bit, see what you think. Next, of course, I run this, the reinforcements of the army. If you don't know what it's for my casters, because each caster is a warrior type monster. So you can activate this and get a caster in your hand. Really useful. Wrong card. Book of Moon. Yeah, I think everyone pretty much knows what it does. Flip face down on your opponent's cards. It's really useful. And of course the staple, Dark Hole. Really common Dark Hole, but you know, who cares? It's Dark Hole. It's awesome. Next card I run, I've showed it to you before, so spells are over. It's trap card, Infestation Infection. Now I've been testing this card out quite well. I'm thinking of maybe putting up to 2 because it works quite well, but I think at 1 it's good at 1. So what it does, if you don't know, is you can shuffle 1 Ice Wall monster from your hand or face up on your side of the field into your deck and add 1 Evilswarm monster from your deck to your hand. Now it's really great if you're on like your last legs and you have this card sit on the field. Say your opponent maybe has, like, I don't know, 5-headed or something, and you draw into, say you draw into this. It's like, oh damn, what can I do with this? I got nothing else. Activate your Infestation Infection, swap it for a Kirkion, activate Kirkion's ability, summon it, maybe go for 101, I would go for 101, summon 101, take the 5-headed, attack directly. Really, really useful emergency card, this. Love it so much. I think this is kind of not really necessary. You can kind of, I like it at 2. You could always go for 1, but Dimensional Prism, so good in this format. I mean, banish it, it's amazing. Because dragons aren't used that much. I mean, if you maybe went against mythic dragons, you know, they're not really that well used. But if you ever did, you could swap these out for stuff in the side. But I think these work against most decks, especially when you're up against Budgeons, because Budgeons tend to have the banish stuff anyway. So if their graveyard's banished, it doesn't work very well. So say if you get attacked by a, like, first turn, he's got a crane in his hand, he's got a Budgeon monster, say, I don't know, can't think of any Budgeons, but you know, a Budgeon monster, he's attacking you and your Ophion's in the field, activate this, banish that monster. So it's actually, let's say it's Budgeon, he's got Budgeon Turtle, and you know he wants it in his graveyard anyway. So you activate this, banish it, and he's not got turn in his graveyard. So yeah, useful card, very useful card. Next of all, we kind of have the staple Mirror Force. Yeah, my mixed rarity, super and secret. Secret rare, I do like it. Don't need to explain this because it's just so generic, and yeah. I run 2, you can always run 1. Next cards, Torrential Tribute. Really great in this deck, especially if you have a Pandemic. Because, say your opponent has a loaded field, and you have, say, a Kirkion on your hand. Like, you summon your Kirkion, play your trap card Torrential Tribute, chain this onto it. Your Kirkion survives, his field goes boom. and then you can go summon your monsters. So yeah, really, really useful card. Next card, I think it's kind of necessary, most decks anyway, Bottomless Trap Hole. Summons a card over 1500 attack points, banish it. Really, really useful. And the thing is, if a card like Soul Charge is used against you, activate this and banish all the monsters from Soul Charge. So good against Soul Charge. It really annoyed me actually, got used against me, it really pissed me off. Okay, Compulsory Evacuation Device, this is kind of, yeah, a must, because cards like Dark, if you're going against a Dark Bold deck, yeah, you want to bounce that Grapha back to the hand. You don't see them as often, but you know, you want to do that anyway. Next card we have is Solar Warning. I don't really have to explain this. Pay 2,000 life points to negate summoning. Really, I think every deck loves this card. It's so staple. Next card I have Safe Zone. This is for with my Master Key Beetle, so I do Key Beetle Lock. Now, those of you who don't know what a Key Beetle Lock is where you detach a unit from Key Beetle, target your Safe Zone, which is set. You activate Safe Zone, target Key Beetle, and you have a lock. Can't be targeted. Key Beetle can't be targeted, and Safe Zone can't be targeted or destroyed. Can't be destroyed. So yeah, really useful. Really, really useful. And you can use it for other things as well, but I tend not to do that as much. And then I have 3 Fiendish Chains. Might be taking 1 Fiendish Chain out and then maybe putting another Infestation Infection in. I don't know. 3 Fiendish Chains seems to work for me, though it does sometimes get a little bit cloggy. So I might test it out, a second Infection, but you know, for now, works well. Okay, so what we're moving on to next, of course, we've got my extra deck. Hooray! The part that everyone wants to see. Yes, and my extra deck is literally fallen everywhere, so yeah. Give me a second. Okay, and put that there, and put that there, and yes, there we go. So move these out of the way, and then we have my extra deck. Okay, so first off we have 3 Evilswarm Ophion. Okay, I run 3 because it's just really, really useful. Like, 1 gets destroyed, Kirkion, Ophion, Kirkion, Ophion. It's just literally awesome. It's mainly because I like pulling out Pandemic on my first turn, because I feel safe if I don't have this on the field and I don't have one of these, because you know, you just dark hole it. I really like having this, so that's why I like Ophion. I like getting my Pandemics. Of course, I have 1 Ouroboros, kind of just staple. So yeah, that's why I have 1 Ouroboros. Then I have 2 Bahamut. Love this card. So many good things you can do. What you can do with Kirkion is, you get Kirkion on the field, yeah, you do this. Caster, Kirkion. Kirkion's effect to get Heliotope out your graveyard into your hand, but you don't use Kirkion's ability. Overlay. Detach. Heliotope, get his monster. So awesome. I love it. I love those combos. It's a really, really great combo. I love it. Really, really useful. Next card we have is, yes, I'm sorry, but you kind of have to have it. Yes, it's Exoton Knight. This goes without saying, but those of you who don't know, it's you detach 1 unit and blast everything on the field. Every card apart from this is destroyed. Really good. It's basically, if you know what Black Rose is, it's a new Black Rose, except it doesn't destroy itself. But you can't do battle damage to your opponent on the turn. No, you can't deal damage. You can't. Yeah, damage is impossible. Okay, so you got number 101, Sun Honor. Yeah, this card, for those of you who don't know, because I didn't know it until quite recently, is you attach 2 units, declare an attack position special summon monster, and attach it to this card. Really, really useful against so many decks, and yeah, it's kind of staple in every deck. Next we have my Maestroke Daijin. I might be swapping this out for another 101, but for now, Maestroke's okay. I'd never really go for this card, but you know, it's there in case I need it. Next, of course, we have my number 66, Master Key Beetle. Now, this is for my Key Beetle lock. It's really, really useful, and I do love Master Key Beetle quite a lot, because I can get it really, really easily. Next we have Diamond Direwolf. I rarely ever go for this card, but it is useful. Effect wise, you know, just blast it and sum up one other card, because I can't really target anything else because I don't have any beast monsters. So this is more just for self-destruct, destroy. Next I have Lavarval Chain. This is to get Kirkions to the top of my hand, and also for my Dark Arm play. Because with this card you can really control the graveyard. It's really, really useful. Next, of course, we have number 50. I think it's a necessary. Some other people might not. It's really, really useful, especially against 101, because your opponent summoned 101 previous turn, send it to the graveyard. 101 can't do anything about it. It's not been destroyed. Especially if your opponent's playing Zen Mains. Zen Mains cannot activate its effect against this, because you're not destroying it, you're sending it to the graveyard. So really, really useful. Next, of course, we have Abyss Dweller. Controlling the graveyard. Yeah, it's really good. Next we have Cowboy, the game, or a lot of people don't know this or actually care about its attack ability. You attack your opponent's attack points go down by 1,000, I believe, or is it 500? Attack position, if this card attacks your opponent, it gains 1,000 attack. Okay, so this card gains 1,000 attack points, but your opponent's card drops 500. So my bad on the first thing, but yes, very useful in attack mode. Not very good for when next turn comes around. It's an attack mode, but there you go. Well, that's my extra deck, and I am going to show you my side deck, but it does need a lot of work. So here's my side deck. We start off with Soul Drain, Dimensional Fissure, sorry, not Prison. Really useful. Macrocosmos, yeah. 2 Forbidden Dresses I have in my side deck. I might be taking these out and put them into my main deck, but I don't know yet. If I were to, I'm going to replace them with my DNA Surgery and my Royal Decree. That's what I'm thinking about doing. Black Horn of Heaven. There's a great card. I don't have it in my main deck because I, like to side it in. If I know I'm going against Bujins, I'm going to put this in. Going against 6 Samurai, I'll put this in. Deck Devastation Virus. This is for Mermails, really. It's really great against them. Yeah. Epidemic Virus. If I've got a mirror match, I'll probably use this. And yeah, I love this card. Deck Lockdown. So good against so many decks. I mean, 2 standby phases they can't draw outside of the draw phase. It's so great, especially against those decks that search, especially against the hand decks. This works so well against them. No, not against hand decks, sorry, Bujins. I think that's it. Correct me in the comments, you can do that. Next, of course, we have 2 Mind Crushers. This is really useful. I mean, it's got put Bujin Crane into his hand. I play this, he got Bujin Crane, yeah, to have discard all copies of it. Really useful. Debunk, I think it's for my going against, of course, Bujins again. I want to get a second one of these, but they're quite expensive at the moment, so and next I have Imperial Iron Wall and Light Prisoner Mirror. That's probably coming out. I want to get a second one of these, because this is really great against Bujins, negates their effects on the field and in the graveyard. And Imperial Iron Wall was kind of just because I got it, and I was like, I want to put this into my deck. Tried it out, and it doesn't work very well because, contradicts your other cards like this. But it does work well if you have Soul Drain and this on the field. That's quite good. But there, think about that as you will. Anyway, so this was my deck profile. Please like it up and subscribe, and please stand by for more Yu-Gi-Oh videos. They are coming. I know I say that in every video, but yeah, they are coming. So please wait and subscribe and like and share it around, because it's an amazing video, even though it probably wasn't. But yeah, thank you and farewell. James out.